Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what type part of the world you may be in. Let's get started.
Yeah. Big mouth gal riding tall. Truth talk coming through. They call me the good nun. Your opinions on blast. Got a voice like thunder and I'm never outclassed. Sanctimonious sass with a silver spur tongue. If I cuss too loud, well, I'm just getting started, hun. I'm a big mouth on a horse. Don't need no permission. I speak truth loud like it's holy tradition. Yeah, I messed up, but I own my position. A fair queen riding with divine conviction. I drop hot takes like thunder from the saddle. Spit facts so raw they make cowards skedaddle. Ain't here to pander, I check myself too. If I'm wrong, I admit it, that's just what I do.
Big mouth, big truth.
Giddy up, girl, giddy up.
She wild, but she just
Riding tall. I'm a big mouth on a horse, don't need no permission. I speak truth loud like it's holy tradition. Yeah, I messed up, but I own my position. A fair queen riding with divine
conviction.
big mouth, big truth. Giddy up, girl, giddy up. She wild, but she just riding tall. I'm a big mouth on a horse, don't need no permission. I speak truth loud like it's holy tradition. Yeah, I mess up, but I own my position. A fair queen riding with divine conviction. You don't look, baby up.
The truth just arrived. Giddy up,
Giddy up, girl, giddy up.
she wild, but she just
Riding tall.
I finally found the right girl. I finally found the right
I let myself down when I let my pride stand. The heart is delicate, don't leave it in a filthy hand. Depression, my disease, and it's flaring up again. Trying to decompress at the wall as I count to 10. Feeling hatred more adjacent, what's the love again? Tunnel vision, only focus on this life of sin. I need therapy, but I can't let nobody in. It hurts when I smile, most times it's just pretend. Another wall built by the child that lives within. All he had was his demons, they became his friends. Love slipped through his fingers, you can catch the wind. Who cares if you fall short, you can start again. Even if the world chopped the hand that you would lend, this a different point of view, magnify lens. Now I'm staring at the mirror like, go twin. This the past and the habits that I'm ghosting.
I finally found the right girl. I finally found the right
Hello. Hold on. All right, that didn't go well. I was totally trying to post this because I just know that I know that I know that somebody at some point is gonna want this. Hold on one second. Let me figure out how the heck. There we go. Okay. All right, I think that worked. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello. How are you guys? How the hell are ya? Oh, good. I was hoping someone I liked came on because it's flooded over here and we can't get out to the street. What? Oh no, Karma, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, Leon, Lisa Corinne, good to see you guys. Hello, MJ. Okay, I've got like everything I want to talk about today is like court related in some way or another. Um, so I, you know, I like to keep it short, simple, to the point. You know what I mean? For sure, I am talking about Bracelet Gate today, and so listen and hang around, okay? All right. Definitely going to be breaking down my understanding of Bracelet Gate at this time. So, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay. So one of the first things that I have, let me put it up here, is I was devastated this week. Okay, devastated when I seen it hit TMZ and it said Jelly Roll and Bunny are filing for divorce. Well, Jelly Roll filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. And I was like, no, I thought it would always be like them to the end, They've been through so much shit, right? And then somebody had to come and rain on my parade, and they had to say, well, Nunya, after he lost all that weight, he wasn't the same person. And I'm like, imagine standing by, like you get through addiction, you get through jail, like you get through all these things they've been through, you build a career, all these things, and you lose this weight and you try to save your life and all of that stuff. I was like, oh no, I just can't even. I was so sad. And I'm sad for both of them. Obviously everybody wants peace in life. But I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. So I was really sad about that part, but I again wish them well. Um, there's so many rumors flying right now. So of course, it said that Tripper. It said that well, actually, they have been honest about infidelities in the past, but to be fair, it has not come out right now that anybody cheated currently. It strictly has been irreconcilable differences. And I'm like, God damn. Apparently, Ozempic divorce is a real thing. Listen, okay. So I'm a little bit torn on this. All right. Here's where I'm at with it. On one side of it being his side, it's possible that maybe once you lose weight, you start to see yourself and feel yourself a different way. You're moving a different way and you realize, I don't need to be tied down by this thing over here, Like I look good now and everybody wants me, they see me in a different light. And so you start to get arrogant and feel yourself in that way. And you end up, going down this road of arrogance for like, everybody wants me. Okay, that's one side of it. But the other side of it that I felt like is if her man had always been in a bad space, so she was constantly having to take care of him, not literally, but like love on him, feed into him, give him that confidence that he may have not have had in himself. Like all of those things, is it possible that now he may have not have needed her, for physical care? He may have not have needed her as much for that encouragement and confidence, that maybe she also felt like there wasn't she wasn't fulfilling herself in being able to take care of him. Maybe it's possible. Everybody, when I mentioned it the other day in the Discord, they were like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's all him. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's all him. Again, they say it's both of them. That's what they say. I think he mistook need for love. Maybe he already cheated on her. She said, I know. She's told her story, but I don't know. I wish them well. I do think it's probably one of the worst. He filed, so it's on him. Okay, fair enough. I think it's probably like divorce is already so hard for people most of the time, and going through that breakup, but to have it happen on in a public forum, oh, it's terrible. It's just terrible. Marriages work at times. You have to be dedicated. I know, Hope. I know. She fed, clothed, housed him. It's the same as Jeff Bezos trading in the starter wife. Listen, I just wonder, what is it going to look like? Like, who's taking what? Hey, Wolfie, who's taking what? That's my curiosity. Like, are they going to be able to like split amicably? And she's so transparent at times and vocal about the stuff that they're going through that I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. I hope it doesn't become a big deal in that way. But I don't know. I don't know. I always tell my daughter, never fret, because Brad Pitt cheated on Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie. Right? Right? Yes. Yes, Wolfie. They're getting a divorce. Okay. So that's the first one I wanted to tell you guys about. And then came the second one, the second set of devastation for my week. Okay. And you may not know who they are by the picture. Let me share this tab instead. Okay. This page has 1,000,001 ads. I'm not responsible for the ads that they put on this page. So if you see an ad that pops up and you're like, oh my God, that's for Viagra. Nunya doesn't even have a penis. Don't be alarmed. I'm not trying to buy Viagra, but it's the page. Okay. All right. Just don't be alarmed. Jennifer Hamilton. Okay. She posted a video this week. And when you talk about seeing somebody's devastation in pure form, I was like, oh my God, how terrible. She was so heartbroken. And some of you may not know who she is. So she's a really big TikToker. She actually, sure, Jan, we see you, Nunya, right? She's a really big TikToker. She is a delivery nurse, an OBGYN nurse. She's very, very, very big on advocating for your birth plan and what you want and having the most pleasant, true to you experience in birthing. She actually just wrote a book. Tater was sharing last night that her book is really good, and it really does show you and teaches you how to advocate yourself in case any of you are pregnant. You may want to check that out. Pugs, my favorite stalker, how are you? I'm good. I hope you're well. How are you doing? Anyways, so she also is a Christian, and she's been very, very vocal on the internet. Not like shoving her beliefs down people's throat, but more so calling to task the people who say they believe the same things as her while they're doing very hateful things or saying very hateful things. So I've appreciated that about her. And she just is like, she's funny, she's kind, she is important, okay? But she did announce that her and her husband have separated, and who knows where it goes from there. But I was just like, oh my God, stab me in the heart. Not two couples I thought would make it for forever, but it's the internet, so that's how it goes. Jelly Roll had the perfect opportunity to throw a booger at Trump while he was sitting behind him. But what does he do instead? He eats it. Sorry, I don't feel bad for him. Oh God, not the booger eating. That's terrible. Learning life after a spouse and cat death. But hey, I'm doing it. Hey, minutes and days, weeks and hours at a time sometimes. So I'm glad to see you're doing it, despite the, maybe not wanting to. Okay, so that's what I had about that one. I was just like, oh God, rip my heart out. So that was another court case one, okay? But then we're gonna pivot for a second, okay? I'm not gonna have anything up for this one. I'll take this down for right now, okay? Then the next court gate came, okay? Listen, say what you want to say, keep it respectful, okay? All right. Okay, that's where we're going to go. Brittany is like, I'm going to take you to court, and you're going to get courts, and I'm going to use the courts, and the courts. And everybody is like, Brittany, bring it on. We're going to court, bitch. Just come on. What are you waiting for? Just do it, right? And I'm like, wait a second now. You fucking idiots. Nipples in the wind, Jen Hamilton. Yes, exactly. She wants to be transparent for sure. Anyways, listen, she ain't gonna do shit. She ain't gonna do shit. And anybody who believes that she is insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. Okay? The lady has talked about for 2 years she was gonna do something. She collected money to do something. She didn't do shit. Okay? She has had plenty of opportunity to do something. She's not going to do it. All right? And if and when she does, who gives a flying fuck at this point? Y'all done been playing. Listen, play lotto, not me. All right? It's ridiculous. They all, yes, perfectly. They are all talk, okay? It's insane for anybody to play into it, believe it, listen to it, okay? So I wanted to play a video. We are not allowed to speak on her. Please find your own content. All right. Well, Wolfie, luckily for me, this is YouTube and this is my commentary. And I feel greatly, okay, greatly empowered to have an opinion here on Beyonce's internet. So I did want to play one quick video, okay? Again, keep it classy because that's what the fuck we do. Just saying, all right? Even if you don't, try for me, okay? All right, we're going to play this quick little short of hers and then I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it, you know? Here we go.
Look at my situation for a minute and understand where I'm coming from. I'm ridiculed daily about trying to go legal to stop this stuff.
So I feel like, okay. I feel like that's a yes and no situation. She's ridiculed daily for trying to go legal. Yes, people talk shit about her going legal. I think the ridicule comes more so from the space of you ain't gonna do shit, you know, like all bark and no bite. I think that's more so where the ridicule comes from over her actually going legal, you know, but that's just my opinion. All right, just saying.
Do you know how many channels have come after me because I've tried to go legal?
To be fair, those channels were coming after her before she even tried to go legal. So I don't know. I actually think there was more channels covering her prior to her going legal. Like now, I feel like daily Brittany J coverage is kind of narrowed down right now as it stands. Is narrowed down to Clue, Trisha, Hartley. I don't know if there's any other channel. I could be wrong. Maybe Laura. I don't know for sure because I don't look at her shit. But like, is there anybody else who absolutely like every time Sunnyside is in here? Hey, Sunnyside, good to see you. Hey, Titanium. Hey, Spudler, good to see you too. Is there anybody else that? So QB, I would only say no, mostly because I have seen her do other content and like sprinkle in here and there. Brittany is her fallback when she has nothing else to talk about or cover. For sure. Brittany is her plan B. I'm talking about the channels that like Brittany is their plan A. Like Clue does no other content without that. I don't know. Are you joining the BNN and breaking bread with them? Absolutely not, Wolfie. I declined an invitation. Okay, I declined an invitation a long time ago. Thank you so much, Perfectly. Have a good one. Hey, MK, good to see you. Don't understand why people are going at her. Is it not easier to just smile and wave? Laura doesn't shut up on her. The girl crush is real with CPS Laura. Listen, this is just my own personal opinion. It's again, people are supporting in a way that they haven't supported in a really long time on our page. So I understand why you'd continue to do that content if you were here for those reasons. The other thing is she does actually give you shit to talk about. Like, I'm not going to act like the girl's innocent and does nothing either, you know? I don't think it's to the extent where they want to take it to, but anywho, okay, here we go. Hey, Miss Cheese. Hey, Zen. I wanted to share one of the posts that you had made recently. Would you be okay with that? I know you don't really do content over this kind of thing. But I liked one of your posts a lot the other day of just some feelings you were having about tides and shit like that. So I just wanted to see if it'd be okay to review it.
calling me Julie Skolnick, accusing me of being like Julie Skolnick and shit.
Well, now, I don't think you could accuse her of being like Julie Skolnick because Julie actually went to the police department. She actually got, receipts, even if they were lies. Julie actually went and filed her private citizen complaint. Julie actually met with the prosecutor. Like, I feel like there's some differences. Brittany didn't do that. I don't know.
Do you know? Like, seriously, guys.
Hey, Leon.
So my question is,
Okay, that kind of cracked me up. She's like, so my question is, and then my question is, and then look at her face. Like, she really kind of looks confused. Like, she forgot. Honestly, what I thought of in that moment is pregnancy brain can be a bitch even after like birth. Because I was like, I fucking do that. I'm not pregnant, nor am I anywhere near after birth right now. And I'll be in the middle of a sentence and be like, fuck, what was I going to ask? Oh, shit, never mind. Forget it. Just ignore me. Just keep going. It'll come back to me. But to see it on her face was, it was pretty hilarious to me.
I mean, I'm approaching.
which way is the right way? I mean, if you're gonna call me Julie Skolnick and say
She said, which way is the right way? Well, we're going to learn today. The right way is to show up for court. That's first and foremost. The right way is to shut the fuck up, handle your business, and if you need to, get a lawyer's assistance if you feel like you are not prepared or do not have people who can help you prepare to represent yourself pro se. Okay? The third thing is you don't fucking talk about those people back every time they say something about you because it could be used against you in a court of law. So that's just my thoughts. I know I'm crazy for that, but that was just my thoughts.
that we're one and the same, but then in the next breath tell me that I don't do
Right,
anything
so-
about it to make it stop, so I must like it. Like, do you know what I mean? Make your mind up. Which one is it? What am I wrong for trying to go legal? Or am I wrong?
Never mind. Not going to do it. Don't do it, none. You keep going.
For
Okay. In my opinion only. Okay. Take that for what it's worth because you didn't ask anybody for their fucking opinions. But here I am, an asshole on the internet, giving my opinion on some shit you said. Okay. All right. In my opinion, personally, I think you have every right with what's been said about your children, what's been done to your family, to absolutely take a legal action. But I do feel like the time to take a legal action was a long time ago. You chose not to do it. You made a choice to not show up for court. You made a choice to not use the lawyer in the right way. You made a choice to not shut the fuck up and to continue engaging. All of those are choices that now, to me, after the fact, do make it wrong. That's just an opinion on the internet. Again, take it for what it's worth.
ignoring it. Can
Right.
you just look at my situation?
Okay. All right. So that was that one. And I was just like, huh, that's really interesting. Okay. I seen that pop up in my timeline yesterday. And I was like, well, then, okay. Let's talk about, we're going to pivot. All right. We're done with that one. That's a little bit I was going to touch on because that was court related too. Okay. Now, listen, do y'all know that WYO Ange is about to get the bracelets put on her? Okay. And I don't mean the good, pretty kind of bracelets. I mean the clank, 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 you know? Do you know she's about to be locked up. They won't let her out. They won't let her out. No. Do y'all know that? I don't know if anybody knew that, but this is what I heard on the streets. Okay. So here we go into bracelet gate. Great. Yeah. Bracelet gate. All right. Ange is going to prison because she done stole this lady's bracelets. This is what happened. Okay. This lady, she makes bracelets. We're going to call her Betty Woohoo. All right. So Betty, Boohoo Betty. All right. Not Bullhorn Betty. Boohoo Betty. Okay. 2 years ago, she sent, we will make her a cake with a file. Thank you very much. Exactly. Yes, Big Ange. Voices for the Voiceless, AKA Big Ange is going to jail, to prison for bracelets. Okay. So this lady makes bracelets. Betty Woohoo. All right. And Boohoo Betty sends Ange these bracelets to to sell at a craft fair. All right. The craft fair was going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. On Ange's grandma passes away. Oh, we're all sad. Okay. The memorial is going to happen on the same weekend as the craft fair. Ange obviously isn't going to go to the craft fair, right? Duh. Of course you wouldn't. Okay. So Ange doesn't sell these bracelets at that craft fair. It's totally fine. We're going to go on ahead and you could go ahead and sell them at the next craft fair. All right. Next craft fair rolls around. The bracelets are not sold. Now, this part I don't really understand why they didn't get sold at that point in time, but I don't know. Okay. So Betty Boohoo says, listen, give me my shit. And Ange says, I ain't got no money to ship this bullshit back to you, bitch. Okay. And Boohoo Betty says, fuck it. I'm going to send you the money to pay for the shipping. Say less. Okay. All right. Hey, Go Getter. Good to see you. Oh, because the next craft fair is until August of 2026. So there must be a very specific craft fair that's happening. Okay, cool. So she sends the shipping money allegedly. Okay, we're going to get back to this. But she sends the shipping money. Betty Boohoo says she sends the shipping money. Not once, not twice, but 3 times the lady sends shipping money to have this shipped back, have these bracelets shipped back to her. Okay. 3 times she sent money. And now there's still no bracelets. There is still no shipping. There ain't shit but fraud. Okay. Mind you, all right. Number one, okay. This story was exposed on YouTube on Queen Bee's channel 2 years ago when Bracelet Gate originally kicked off. All right. Number two, and this conveniently was at the time where Queen Bee and Ange had a falling out. The convenience looks a little, awkward to me. Okay. Number two, for 2 years, this lady keeps sending these payments for the shipping. Okay. Now here's the problem. Here's our list of problems. Okay. The first problem is the lady is blocked on Cash App. So how did she send the money? Because if you're blocked, you can't send to somebody who you're blocked by. Number two, the lady Boohoo Betty has not shown one motherfucking receipt of said shipping fees being sent. All right. Number three, Boohoo Betty went into Angie's chat and said, now she was deleted, so I cannot confirm nor deny. Okay. Oh, it was only 1 year ago. I apologize. Thank you for correcting the story. It was 1 year ago, not 2 years ago. Okay. You know what? Honestly, you can clear up the story when you write your memoirs from prison, okay? Don't correct it right now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Please do correct it if I'm wrong. Okay. So she's never shown a receipt of this money that she sent, okay? She has a shipping label of her shipment to Ange of these bracelets, okay? But the shipping label shows they were shipped to West Virginia. Now, I don't know about any of you. I personally have never known Ange to live in West Virginia. Have y'all known that? Prison Memoirs by Ange. I'll pre-order the book. Look at it's like a bracelet. I don't know. A bracelet, USPS, and craft fairs go to jail. That's like the title of the book and shit. Wyoming, West Virginia, same thing. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So now here's the thing. Okay. The thing is, now Boohoo Betty went back on whatchamacallit's thing, Queen Bee's panel. What is today? Today's Thursday. So I think I'm gonna say somewhere around Monday, Tuesday, maybe over the weekend. Don't quote me. It's sometime in the last week, okay? Boohoo Betty went on Queen's panel. Girl, she is pressing charges now. Okay? That's how serious this is. She's pressing charges. She's going to the police. And she has had it with Ange. That's it. Too many Angelas. Which one are we referring to? Right now, currently, her name is WYO Ange. That's her name on YouTube right now. She's been known as Handmade by Ange. She's been known as Black Sheep Designs by Ange. She's been known as Voices for the Voiceless. She may even have some additional names that I'm not aware of. What I'm just saying is she has lots of names. They all do narrow down to crafting and Ange. That's pretty much what they come down to. Creating shit and all of that. Okay? So now, what? No, not Bullhorn Betty. We are talking about Boo-Hoo Betty. Like this. Hold on. Oh, wait. Joneson has a clip in here. Let me go find it. Like this one.
Boo effing who?
Like that. Boo-Hoo Betty. That's the one we're talking about. Not Bullhorn Betty. I cannot stress that enough. Not Bullhorn Betty. Ange is not going to court. Okay, Cammie? The prosecutor is going to prosecute her. See how that's going to go? So, anywho, she's going to press charges. I don't know if she's pressing charges in West Virginia, Wyoming, Arkansas, California. Who fucking knows where these charges are going to be pressed? It has been over a year, okay? And apparently the craft fair only comes around once a year. That's the reason why she had to wait for that next craft fair. I'm pretty sure that these bracelets, I don't know what they look like or what the girl does. I'm sure she's very crafty, to be willing to sell it. But what I will say, okay? What I will say is I heard that they have real diamonds in them. Therefore, the value has gone up and she's going to the feds. None of this shit is true, by the way. This part, not this part. The other part's true. Not this part, though, okay? Just go with it, all right? How much are these bracelets worth? Sunnyside, apparently the bracelets have a value of $800. And then the shipping cost that she has paid to not only ship it to West Virginia the first time, but also the 3 additional shipping costs that she has sent, that is valued over $200. And so therefore her value at loss is $1,000. $1 million. Like Dr. Evil. Anyways, It's $1,000 right now. So that's what makes it prosecutable. I don't know. What about the work Ange had to put into them? Well, I don't know. Crime and Reels did it. Well, listen. Okay. I don't know if she had to put any work into there. 800. How many are there? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Fuck, you people shop at craft fairs, not me. I'm just telling you the craft fair woes of bracelet gate. How much do you buy bracelets at craft fairs for? Like, I don't know, $5, $25 around about? I'm thinking maybe you can trade the bracelets for commissary. I think that's what she's trying to do. I went with Buddy Bands myself. Yeah, I'm not really a bracelet person. I don't know. Hey, Laura Owens. Laura Owens, MJ is here. You better talk to her. I'm just kidding. Depends, could be anywhere from $2 to $50. Okay. So if it's two, let's just go. How much is it to buy one bracelet? I don't know. Look, well, first off, you put in pounds in. I don't know no pound. But hold on. Let's go. Okay. If they are $2 each, okay. If they're $2 each, 800 divided by 2 means there are 400 bracelets she has to sell. 400 bracelets. That's crazy. Okay. All right. If they cost $50, there are 16 bracelets she has to sell. Okay. And if they cost $25, she has 32 bracelets to sell. Okay. That's all I know. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I had to trim, straighten, and tag the bracelet. I put 4 hours into them to get them sale ready. And she had $5, $6, and $7. And there's 7 bracelets. Okay, there's 67 bracelets. 67 bracelets at $800 value? Now, hold on. I didn't do that math. Hold on. Okay, that's selling them for about $12 each. Yeah, you'd get over $800. Wow. Okay, well, that is some work that you did put into it. 4 hours is a sufficient amount of time, but I'm just hoping the bracelets sell in prison so that when Ange gets locked up and they won't let her out, then she'll be able to sell those for commissary. Anybody who needs to, no wire wrapping, okay. Anybody who wants to write her, okay, she's going to end up with a inmate ID, I'm sure, by the end of the week. That's normally how court goes that fast. So I don't know. No confirmed gemstones. Well, I heard they were precious stones. I did hear that. She uses only precious stones. I don't know. Let's see. What does this say? I'm sure Queen's generous community will help this poor woman out. Doesn't Queen always say how generous and loving they all are? Actually, Leo Lots, they did help the lady out. They collected money for the lady during that stream. Now, did the lady get the money? I don't know, because it all went to one spot. And we know whose Cash App that was. But I don't know. To be honest, the police will not care. Listen, Cash, this is very serious. And they should take it. Okay? They should take this very serious. Braceletgate is going to sweep the country, and everybody needs to know. Does this also mean if someone donated money for QV's lawsuit, they should file a police report since she never showed receipts? Or, well, no, because there was no guarantee they were going to get anything back from that. So that part I don't think. Why haven't the damn things just been returned to sender? Okay, Zoe. Why haven't those been? What? Why haven't the bracelets been returned? That is a good question. That's a fair question. Actual precious stones are like Gollum level precious. I think they're somewhere in the middle, Jen Lu, somewhere in between precious stones and like precious. That's the best Gollum interview I did. They did. Wow, good for her. Yeah. Precious is in glass. 20 to life for bracelets. I know. I never look at a bracelet the same again. Yeah. Is there a contract? Ooh, that's a good question. Did she sign a contract? Because they were a gift to me to do what I wanted to do with them. Okay. I show proof. Okay. So look, I've seen text messages. So give me just a second because I did screenshot text messages in case they got deleted. So I'm going to read through them. They didn't really make sense to me, but maybe y'all can make sense to them. Hold on. Oh shit, did I not screenshot them? Oh yes, I did. Here they are. Okay. So, okay. So the first message, okay, the first one says blocked on the top, unblocked to receive messages from this sender. And it starts off as this community, so it cuts off a part of the sentence. Every year's events are fun. I will send you some pieces you can sell, and you can save that for your next craft event or your move. Oh, shit. Let me read that again. Maybe I misinterpreted. I will send you some pieces you can sell, and you can save that for your next craft event or your move. Also, if you don't have a tick, get one. Use something a lot. I can't see the word because the arrow is there. But that sounds like to me, if this is a message from Boohoo Betty, Boohoo Betty said, I will send you some pieces you can sell, and you can save that for your next craft event or your move. I had no idea Angela was such a hardened criminal. I like her even more now. Well, that isn't aging well. Yeah. So, Zoe, there's our question there. I send them back just to be done with bullshit. Send that Trojan horse back. Well, okay. To be fair, Zoe, I can understand that part of it too. But if you gifted me something, I think part of my stubbornness would be like, wait a second. I don't know what you're talking about, you know? Sometimes I cannot tell when you are being serious or sarcastic. Wolfie, okay. 9 times out of 10, I'm being sarcastic, okay? Just go with I'm probably being sarcastic. That's probably more likely. And anywho, I do get like I'm not returning a gift. I get that. I'd have a bonfire if I was lied on. Well, I wouldn't burn it because I'm still gonna sell the shit. Wait, so now this woman just scammed the hive over a gift she sent to Angela? This just gets better. Yeah, exactly, Cash. Always assume sarcasm. I'd send them back just to be spiteful and to get that bad energy away from me. I don't know. So it sounds like this lady scammed QB subscribers out of some money. I don't know. It's very curious. There's another message here. It says package. The Boohoo Betty says, you need money? ? And I was going to call her Big Ange from the pin, but she's not there yet, so we won't say that. No, I wanted to push my funds for next month. Boohoo Betty. Okay, don't go without. You can ask. Ange, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm okay for now. Oh, this is Wednesday, June 4th of 2025. The package was sent. And she's showing tracking that it had arrived at the UPS in South Bend, Indiana. And so I think these go backwards, but Ange in this next one, in 4 of 7, Ange says, damn it, I have more cups coming. I'll make you a new one. I'm so glad you like them. I'm sorry it's broken. The gal says, not your fault. Okay. Not your fault at all. My husband loved them. Ange, oh, and I have your sisters. So this lady was just out there getting all the products and sent the gift. And now she's like, I've been scammed. You need to give me my shit back. I don't know. I would sage them and sell them with an upcharge, marketing them as clean energy bracelets. Stop it. So if Boohoo Betty got money from Queen, everybody won. Yeah. I don't think Queen sent her a dime and she will say, I knew she was a scammer. Yep. Okay. But she was assuming that Ange even has the bracelets. I mean, she does, but Ange could have gotten rid of them after years. Well, technically, Pixie, I was wrong. It has only been 1 year. And the festival, it appears the craft fair is coming up. I would wear all 6, 7 pieces at one time. Listen, you're right, Titanium. My petty ass would put each arm would have 23 on one side, 24 on the other one. And I'd put it up like a gang sign, like bracelets, instead of gang, That's how I'd be too. That's a really good idea. It's a bracelet heist. Yeah. It sounds like she's trying to give Ange the money to go to the fair too. I don't know. I'd wear them all at once also. Exactly. All right. Did they have a falling out? Is that why she's making these accusations? I have no clue. I don't know. Anywho, that's all for Bracelet Gate, okay? Now, listen. This next topic is kind of rough, okay? So brace yourselves. Everybody is not going to agree with me on this. And I'm completely okay. Now, this is, Wolfie, I'm being serious here, okay? Did you see how my tone changed? And I'm being very serious? Okay. This is serious me. This one is going to be hard to go over. It's not going to be easy. Some of my sort of kind of not really chasing. Some of the people who I care a lot about have been affected by this. And I feel very terrible and sad for them because I know that their hearts are breaking right now, seeing what's going on. Which is why, even though I wanted to fire up a live stream yesterday, I did not. I chose to wait a day to allow for processing. If any of those people need to leave the chat or watch from the bushes or not say shit, I'm completely okay with that. This is not a demand for any of them to have to speak out or to say anything publicly because fuck you. Nobody should be able to demand that. All right? That's my disclaimer for this. Okay? So there's a lady. Her name is Ziggy. Okay? Ziggy has said, done, exploited, used, and done very fucked up things to people who I care a lot about. This is in no fucking way oh, yay, Ziggy, she's such an amazing person. It's really not. It's not, okay? Unfortunately, she went to small claims court. She took 6 Up Media to small claims court for defamation against her and defamation against her minor daughter. And she made claims in this court, okay? Fuck it. I can't even say unfortunately. The honest truth is 6 Up did not show up for court. 6 Up filed a motion to dismiss after the trial had been held. And the judge deemed that her motion to dismiss was not sufficient. Her reasons for not being there were not sufficient at that time. And it's only gotten worse after Ziggy did go live and she did a dance to announce that she was vindicated and she won. And her dance was to, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. And the worst thing that could have ever happened is not showing up for court and allowing Ziggy to have that motherfucking moment. For me, that is the worst thing that could have happened in all of this. Okay. Let's look at the actions. Exactly. We don't have to root or for or against anyone, though. Let's look at the actions. That's exactly what I want to do. Okay. So we're going to go over some of the things that have been said and basically what happened, kind of start to finish. Okay. I have not redacted any of this shit. I'm going to put that out there because both Ziggy and Six Up both showed unredacted documents and they were fine with the unredacted documents. So I did not choose to redact shit. Okay. I'm going to put that out there. Normally I would redact if the person hadn't even talked about it or put out their own stuff. Okay. But let's go over it fact by fact by fact. And we'll go over some of the different laws and what has happened. And I also want to touch on some of the things that were said last night during Six Up stream. So here we go. Okay. I'm not going to really be watching the chat because I have to go over to press these freaking buttons. And let's do this for a quick second. Let's just give you just a reminder of who we are. All right. So we see both sides. Okay. That's definitely something we're sticking to. Okay. So here's where it started. Now this may be, again, zoom in on your own screen. Okay. I didn't have time to put it up on the big screen. All right. Just deal with it. Don't complain. This is all you get. Just kidding. This is public record. You can get it. And all of them have shown it at this point. So you can absolutely see it on their page. Okay. All right. Okay. So it starts on March 31st. The case was opened as a new filing. Okay. The defendant is Six Up. The plaintiff is Ziggy. On April 13th, a complaint equivalent pleading filed. The complaint for damages was filed by Ziggy. On April 13th, an appearance was filed for Ziggy, by Ziggy, excuse me. On April 13th, a notice of claim filed. A notice of claim, a summons to appear, and notice of trial was filed by Ziggy. So all that was on the 13th, right? Okay. Oh, let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't know if that zooms in at all. Hold on. Let me go to my stream and see if it zooms in. Please hold. It may just zoom in on my computer and not for you guys. I don't really know. Where is it? Real names? Yes, real names to a C. That's why I gave the disclaimer. They did not redact anything. Ziggy did not, and Six Up did not redact anything on their documents. So I did not feel the need to redact these ones. So they both have put them out first and foremost before this. So that's the only reason why I did not redact it. Okay. All right. So then we have notice of claim. So April 13th, the hearing schedule activity. A bench trial was scheduled for May 19th at 1:30 p.m. And this is all happening in the state of Indiana. On April 14th, automated paper notice issued to parties. A notice of claim filed April 13th by Ziggy. A hearing schedule activity by Ziggy. And then some other document that it doesn't name there. On April 28th, there was a motion filed. A motion for alternative service. So hold on, I gotta unzoom this. And that was filed by Ziggy again. And here is that motion, okay? So the motion that was filed and granted, a proposed order for alternative service. The court, having reviewed the plaintiff's motion, now finds that reasonable efforts to serve the defendant have been unsuccessful. It is therefore ordered that plaintiff is authorized to serve the defendant by the following methods. A, the defendant's email at sixupmedia@proton.me, which is the email on her channel. B, a service through publication in Cincinnati, Ohio, which means you can just put a notice out there in like the classifieds, hey, I'm suing you for defamation in Cincinnati, Ohio. And that is sufficient service at that point in time. Okay. So that was filed and the judge approved it. So let's go back. This one. Okay. Let me zoom in again. So the motion was filed on April 28th. On April 29th, that order was granted. Okay. So the judge said, okay, you can't get somebody to answer a door. You can't find her, whatever the case may be. You've tried 4 different addresses. According to 6 Up, there was 4 different places that got served unsuccessfully. So yes, you may send her an email and you may, or you may make a public posting in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, cool. So up here is where the order granting is. The next thing that happened is April 30th. Automated paper notice issued to parties, the order granting. So that was just basically notification going out that the order had been granted. On May 11th, a certificate of issuance of summons, a certificate of service for notice of claim was filed by Ziggy. Now that document currently is not, you do know 6 Up was in the hospital with the name and relapse. Okay, hold on. Dana Skilly, hang on. I am going to be fair. We're going to go over that too. Okay. So you can't see this document until the whole thing is over and done with, and then you can request all the documents. So it's not available right now, but I do believe, and I'm under the impression, the certificate of issuance of summons was Ziggy saying to the court, hey, here's the email I sent, or here's the publication that I posted in Cincinnati, Ohio. We don't know what exactly that is. That's just a belief. That's just my opinion of what that may be. All right. May 19th, Chasing, I will read your comment in just one moment. Uno momento. May 19th, the bench trial happened at 1:30 p.m. and the judge, David Riggins Neal, was the judge of it. It commenced and concluded. Okay. On May 20th, first class mail returned, notice returned, reason not deliverable as address and unable to forward. Also on April 20th, a hearing journal entry. The plaintiff appears. The defendant has a failure to appear. The bench trial was held. Evidence heard. Court takes matter under advisement. That was on the 20th. Hold on, I'm going to read Chasen's comment. When alternative electronic services order, the docs are officially transmitted through the court's automated electronic filing system or directly by a designated court officer to the email. When alternative electronic services order, the documents are officially transmitted through the court's automated electronic filing system or directly by a designated court officer to the email. So you're thinking that the court send out that email, not the plaintiff? Because isn't the plaintiff trying to... I don't know. Okay. All right. Clarify that one for me, Chasing. Okay. So here we go. On May 20th, also, there was a motion to dismiss filed, which was filed by 6 Up. So the day after the bench trial, there's a motion to dismiss filed. On May 21st, notice issued. Court has received multiple emails from third parties regarding this case. The court takes no action on these emails as they are considered ex parte communication. Who the hell is emailing the damn court? That's crazy. Meaning it isn't just Ziggy saying, oh, I sent you an email. Oh, okay. So the court is actually, okay. All right, cool. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. May 21st, automated e-notice issued to parties, a hearing or journal entry submitted by 6 Up. On May 22nd, automated paper notice issued to parties, which was issued to Ziggy there. May 22nd, automated e-notice issued to parties. And then on June 16th, there was an order issued. The court enters an order on motion to dismiss and granting judgment to plaintiff and as next friend to minor child. On June 16th, a final judgment was entered. Court costs plus judgment was $7,501. The status is active and it was signed on June 16th of 2026. So basically, the judge did. Okay, so here's my opinions first. And both 6 Up and Ziggy, depending on who you prefer, have gone over and read the court documents. So you can find the actual documents to read there for yourself because I did not upload those, but I will paraphrase some things. So, Okay. So I want to share this. Now, here's where I have some issues. Okay. Of course, instantly, I'm like, what the fuck? How do you not go to court? Right? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, as much as we talk shit about Brittany not going to court, like, why did you not go into court? Right? Okay. Indiana Trial Rule 4.14. The offense happened in Indiana. As soon as she replied, she gave jurisdiction. I'm confused on how they can try to make 6 go to court in another state. Okay. All right. Hang on. Okay. No Zoom option. All right. Okay. Hold on. Let's first deal with it. Okay. I'm going to go over here first. So I wanted to review a little bit so first in the stream, I asked it, does the creator say why they did not attend court? Yes. The creator explains several reasons why they did not attend the court hearing. A lack of service. The creator asserts multiple times that they were never legally served. So she does say she wasn't legally served. Nobody served her anything. She also goes on to say that she did not consent to being served via email or via posting. The problem with that is the Indiana trial rules do say once a judge orders that it is fine to serve you that way, they don't need your consent to serve you that way. And that order was in place. Okay. The next thing she says is travel and health issues. So this is where I have an issue with it, Dana Scully. This is where I have an issue. The creator states they were far from the location at the time. So she wasn't even there. Wasn't even anywhere near Indiana. Okay, cool. What about a Zoom? You could get a Zoom link. All right. Then she says she was just recently returned from a 14-hour road trip with her mother. All right. So she just got home. Okay. Additionally, they claim they were ordered by a doctor the day before the hearing not to travel due to health reasons and being placed on steroids. So her doctor told her not to go. The lawyer tells her not to go. She was hospitalized. She had to seek medical treatment. Her MS was acting up. Also, she was never even served. Like, there's so many different reasons and excuses that she's giving that I strongly fucking disagree with that. Like, and the problem with it is when she filed her documents on May 20th, if you go by what 6up read, she showed in her stream. Let me go to that part because I think that's important to show. There we go. Okay. Defendant's motion to dismiss with prejudice. So this was her response on May 20th. Okay. This is her response on the 20th. The defendant respectfully moves this court to dismiss the plaintiff's claims with prejudice due to improper venue, lack of jurisdiction, and failure to state a legally sufficient claim for defamation. So 6up was saying, there's no jurisdiction over me. This isn't the right venue for this to be happening in. And she hasn't even sufficiently claimed what I defamed her with. That was her claim at that time. Not I was hospitalized, not I was traveling for work, or at that time, not I was traveling with my mom, not a lawyer told me not to go, not I was not served. None of that was mentioned at that time. Therefore, this is now your acknowledgement that you knew court existed. The not being served gets thrown out the window at that point in time. Unfortunately, which I think is so fucking unfortunate. The defendant is a resident of Ohio. While plaintiff filed this action in Indiana regarding online commentary and speech distributed digitally across multiple jurisdictions, the plaintiff has failed to establish actionable false statements of fact attributable to the defendant, and the allegations primarily concern commentary, criticism, opinion, rhetoric, speech, and discussion relating to matters of public online discourse, which are protected forms of expression under applicable law. The plaintiff has further failed to demonstrate verifiable damages directly caused by the defendant. So you're not fighting with, I was never served. I had no clue this was going on. Please give me time. She's fighting and saying there's no jurisdiction And this lady doesn't have shit. This is the same exact thing. In my opinion, this is the same thing that happened to Granny in Oklahoma. When they submitted a response, jurisdiction got thrown the fuck out, and that's why she's still waiting for the trial to happen in January of 2027 now. Her response to the filing and fighting jurisdiction and fighting the validity of the claims, the attorney doing that, the attorney in Oklahoma doing that, is what the judge said, hey, guess what? Now you just acknowledged we have all the jurisdiction. Congrats. You're fucked. For me, in my opinion, this is like the same thing. I know it's different states. I know Indiana has some of the craziest fucking trial rules that anybody I know who looks up laws has seen, because everybody who's way smarter than me has said it. Okay. So let me go back and read this a little bit. I just want to, but I thought 6 Up did multiple lies regarding the court case and how it was going. So Landry, here's the thing. That's my second issue with this situation. I went last night because somebody said 6 Up talked about this court case multiple times before the trial date. How could you say in court, I wasn't served, I had no clue this was going on, right? And also be doing live streams where you're acknowledging this small claims court case. So I was like, well, let me go look through a stream so I picked a random stream prior to the case. It was on April 29th. Couldn't tell you what the title was because I did not screenshot it because I didn't think I would need to, because 6 Up doesn't normally delete shit or put it on members or whatever. So it's on April 29th. I searched that stream for small claims, and sure enough, she is discussing how Ziggy is so stupid because the small claims court doesn't have jurisdiction over her. She's discussing the case during that stream. How can you say I had no clue this was happening and be discussing it, right? The timestamp was, I think it was 24 minutes or 29 minutes. I have it written down somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Okay. This morning, I was talking to Chasing and I was saying, hey, like, here's the stream I found last night and here's the timestamp. And she's like, no, that stream isn't even there. I went to go look every stream that 6 Up had on her page just last night before she ended her live stream, because I found it while she was live. But just last night, they are all gone. I don't know if they've been deleted. I don't know if they've been privated. I have no fucking clue. But I think that is a bad fucking look on your part. If you truly believe that this was free speech and didn't defame and didn't do all of these things, removing that shit is not good. Okay. It sounds like 6 Up thought email summons was not a proper way for service. I think so. I think so, Jake. But the judge ordered that it was. Like, again, Ziggy could have done that posting in a publication in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he would have considered that a proper service, even if she never seen it. So I don't know. Okay. When is that? Okay. I watched a little bit of 6 Up Live. She is wild. Oh, hold on one second. Uno momento. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me give you some music. Okay, sorry. I have contractors coming in and out of my house right now to do work. So one was calling to say they're on their way. So, we got to wrap it up, Anywho, okay, let me keep going. Chasing said, keep in mind, there were 2 issues. Prior to small claims defamation, there was a copyright. She said she only spoke on copyright. That is not true. And that stream, if she put it back up today, that is not true. Because she absolutely said small claims and talked about the jurisdiction. You can't get advice from a lawyer if you claim pro se. You can. It was just a free consultation, she said, from Morgan & Morgan. So I just heard her lawyer told her not to go, listening while I clean my porch. So I may have heard wrong. She did say, no. She didn't say the lawyer told her not to go. Well, she did. But basically what she said is when she had her free consultation with the Morgan & Morgan people, the personal injury attorneys, they did say, if you have not been served, do not go. So she did say that. And so that's why she didn't go. The doctor told her not to go. The lawyer told her not to go. She was traveling for work. Let me finish doing some of the reading on this one. Let me see if I can go down a little bit. Okay. Okay. Defendant further asserts that the continued pursuit of unsupported allegations concerning protected speech has become unnecessarily burdensome and harassing in nature. The defendant travels regularly for work. Hold on. Let me see if I can put that down some. Okay. Where we go. The defendant travels regularly for work and is also managing ongoing health-related issues, making repeated litigation over protected online commentary especially prejudicial and difficult to defend against across state lines. Because the deficiencies in plaintiff's claims and fundamental because the deficiency in plaintiff's claims are fundamental and cannot be cured through amendment, defendant respectfully requests that this matter be dismissed in its entirety with prejudice and that the plaintiff be barred from refiling the same or substantially similar claims arising from the same alleged conduct. Respectfully submitted to Your Honor, David Higgins. I don't know who David Higgins is. This judge's name is not David Higgins. His name is David, I think, Riggins, but it wasn't Higgins. Anyways, okay. Hold on. She was at the doctor the day before court, but was also traveling home the day before court. Maybe she did her doctor's appointment in the car. That is possible. Maybe she has a mobile doctor. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go too far into that. But yes, she was at the doctor's receiving treatment, and also lawsuits everywhere. Whatever happened to arguing with someone keeping you on YouTube? That's long out the damn window. This place sucks. So, Allie, well, here's my thing. Okay, I want to read to you. There's one part in the damages part. Hold on, I have to go find the document real quick. I know that I have it. I just have to find it. Okay, there is one part in the document, and I agreed with the judge on this part. So, okay. So this is what the judge said. The law has great respect for free speech. Free speech doesn't always mean nice, thoughtful, and helpful speech. By creating a public YouTube channel and commenting on various matters, Ziggy thrust herself into the public limelight, as we all do as being a creator. Criticism is going to happen. If you're on this platform, it's going to happen. Okay? So he understands that. She cannot expect to be shielded completely from criticism in return. But where the criticism becomes defamation, as was done in this case, liability attaches. It was very interesting to see, the stuff with the in those court documents, the stuff with the kid, the stuff that was said about the kid, and I've understood that there's more all around whatever. But the stuff that was said about the kid, he instantly was like, "Nah, this is a kid. You shouldn't have even bring it into this." It's just crazy. I think not going to court was a mistake. I think this would have been. There are so many people who could have absolutely have helped lay it out and put plenty of exhibits together to show Ziggy's behaviors on full display and made her be laughed out of court. Personally, just in my opinion, allegedly, I think this was a clear opportunity to really fight this and to shut it down and to act as if it doesn't exist, put your like an ostrich, put your head in the sand like it doesn't exist, or to acknowledge it after the fact, therefore making it exist, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Leon, my understanding when I asked about that, because I think that's fucking crazy, was that at some point in time, Ziggy had shared somebody, I think, don't get it twisted because this may be the wrong version of the story. Ziggy needed help paying the bill. The person wasn't willing to give Ziggy money, so she gave her login to the person to go in and pay the bill directly. And now that access is out there for anybody to have and hold and all of the things. So that's my understanding, and that's how they got copies of the bill. So yeah. So to me, Ziggy did win. You can call it a default judgment. You can call it whatever it is, but Ziggy did win. Ziggy did show up to court, presented her evidence. She did find a different way to file a motion. She wasn't dumb in it. And I think one of the saddest part about it right now is the fact, and I think that's what's kind of hurting some of my friends right now, and I can understand, is 6ix's arrogance and not her willingness to not listen to anybody. Like, we have so many smart people here. I'm not saying I am one of them at all, but I've surrounded myself with people who are smarter than me that can easily say, Nunya, you got to shut the fuck up. Nunya, don't do that. Nunya, don't say this. Don't do that. Like, I absolutely have surrounded myself with people who I will listen to during those times. And it makes me very sad because I'm watching people who have tried to tell her, like, 6ix, come on. Like, let's just call it a day. Like, like you could have done it a different way and you didn't. Like, you gotta do this differently. In her stream, she went on to talk about the judge. Negatively, I asked AI, did the creator speak negatively about the judge who ruled against her and why he did that? It says, yes, the creator speaks very negatively about the judge throughout the video, frequently referring to him as a clown, incompetent, and petty. She expresses strong frustration with the ruling and the judge's handling of the case. Regarding why she believes the judge ruled against her, the creator offers several theories. Political bias. She repeatedly speculates that the judge has a certain political persuasion that is complete opposite of her own, suggesting this influenced his decision making. A personal grudge. She suggests the judge had a petty axe to grind against her and characterizes his ruling as a case of him wanting to be YouTube famous or overreaching his power. And then it gives timestamps for all of these. Inconsistency and contradiction. The creator claims the judge's written ruling is the complete opposite of what he said to the plaintiff during the actual court hearing. Mind you, she's been told what he said by other people who were there and listening. Noting that he initially told the plaintiff her claims were not harassment. She implies he may have been influenced by factors outside of evidence presented or was simply under the influence. She also said that it's very obvious that he's a bald white man with a small dick. And while you can say some crazy ass shit on the internet, because there is free speech, and so that's not terrible, but I just don't think that being in this particular scenario right now would be any better. I also think that you're right. Thank you for mentioning that. She did call that, she is going to be going over him. She's going to look at his judge jacket. She encourages anybody to look him up. Somebody in her chat last night said he doesn't live by Ziggy. He actually lives in this city and state. There's mentions of his family's Facebook pages do show the type of political affiliations that they have. I think that that's completely fucked up and inappropriate. I think that that's not right. You can be mad all you want, but I don't understand why you're more mad at the judge than you are your fucking self. And this is is very Britney-esque, and the fact that she called out Britney for not showing up for court. She talked shit about the Julie and whatchamacallit court case. Like, come on now. But I understand why it's really fucking hard for her friends to watch it happen and watch it go down. I completely get it. Um, yeah, true. Freedom of speech does not give you freedom from consequences. I do agree. He was it didn't seem like anything that could have been said about the daughter, the mention of the daughter could have justified talking about her in that way. That's the impression I got from reading the judgment. That's it. That's all. I don't think he would have accepted that in any way, which kind of also showed like, Brittany's not in Indiana, but it kind of showed me like, damn, like maybe courts will actually take some of the minor shit seriously if you actually do something about it, But I think it's really sad. I think seeing some of what I would consider, I'll answer that in a second, Shady. I think seeing some of the people who I know have called Brittany out for this type of behavior, seeing people that I know, just would never, like, if this was anybody else, they would never be windmilling for them the way that they're windmilling for Six Up right now. It's so sad to see. And like I said in the beginning, I do not expect in any fucking way, I do not expect for the people who are heartbroken right now and hurting and it's hard for them to watch their friend go through this. But to see them hurting is hard to watch. Shady. So the judge does state that he took the time to look at Six Up's content and reviewed it. And while he found it very disparaging, immature, and snarky, I think he said, or something like that, or I don't quote me on that part. I remember immature being in there, but there's some words or whatever. So she believes that once he went and looked at her page and she's very like out there and she listened to his streams, like he definitely knows that she's very, she's an ally to the LGBTQIA community. And that's when his political beliefs kicked in. And that's when he decided to rule against her. That's the impression I got from what she was saying. I don't think that that's true at all, but who said stuff about the judge? Six Up did. And that's her stream is still up. So watch it for yourself. Don't just take, I'm giving you my interpretation of things by all means. So people are personally hurt because Six Up didn't show up for court. Yes. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of that girl. I don't think it's necessarily because she didn't show up for court. I think it's more so because she tried to ignore this and she's continuing to not listen to people who she's supposed to be really close with. And she just knows all the right things. She knows, she's the smartest person in the room. And sometimes when you believe you're the smartest person in the room, you actually end up looking like the dumbest fucking person in the room. And I've experienced that for myself, so I understand it. But yeah. So that's what I got for you. There's a much more legalese, but I'll leave that up to the way smarter people. So I'm just trying to understand how what Six is doing hurts them. I think because they can see her pride and ego and they see the lies that she's telling and they see that like what she's saying isn't like there's no facts and research that is being put behind it. It's just very like, no, I'm going to go do this. It's the stubbornness and wanting to not watch your friend destroy themselves, their lives, whatever. That's I think is like it's like watching your friend, like go through a lot. It's really hard, it's really hard to to see that, so that's what I think that it's more so that's where the hard part to watch is coming through. So oh, Cameron, you're welcome. I do hope I know chasing is really challenge. She wants to be able to do a live because there are some laws that need to be discussed. I think it's very hard because, again, like, you know, Dietz is one of my besties for the resties, and you know, her husband was contacted by Ziggy. Like, I don't ever want to be in a space where it seems like I'm defending fucking Ziggy, you know, like absolutely not. No way, Jose, you know. But I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong, and I just feel like at this point, you know, she got to win, and it was handed to her. Like that's the part that pisses me off the most is that it was handed to her. So, oh, so like they thought she was better than that. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That girl, people don't know until they know. Yeah. And once your eyes are open, there's no fucking closing them again. So the depth of our anger or hurt is partly about Summer Wells being exploited for 5 years by Ziggy. And then this happened. It's hard to accept. So Doodles, thank you for mentioning that. I understand that completely. I do not take away the exploitation that has happened over the years, the lies that have been told. Like, I don't think this takes away from that at all. Like, that's still the truth and remains. Um, what I don't like is those of you who may have been connected to that case in an emotional way. I feel like when you're hearing people say anybody, and this goes in general, anybody you hear say that this small claims defamation case was done on the back of a missing child, I think I strongly disagree with that. I think it's used to emotionally manipulate people who care about Summer Wells or care about the case or are connected to that case emotionally in that way. It's a way to emotionally manipulate people because the only mention of her in the court documents, and again, you can read them yourself, the only mention of her was when Ziggy described what her channel, like how she came to YouTube. She came to YouTube, she says, by covering that case. That's the only mention of it. So I don't think that's on the back of a child. She has to give the backstory, and I feel like that's you know, and then of course her key witness or star witness of a husband or whatever. I hope that people can take that frustration, hatred, disdain that they have for Ziggy and set it to the side, because if you continue to enable the behaviors that you're seeing right now, I just don't think that that would I just don't think that it's doing any good. So, but I hope that eventually, I hope she does listen, and I hope that somebody can help her. I think that if she really tries to fight this, I know one of the things I mentioned last night is she's just a 1099 employee, and 1099s can't have, you know, judgments attached to their shit. But again, in Indiana, W-2 people can't have their wages attached. Only 1099 can. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, and it's hard to watch. That I will say, it's hard to watch. Love a good shit show, but yeah, it's hard to watch the shit show when you don't want that person to live. You know, was Ziggy the Clue back in the day? I don't know. I don't know if she was a clue. I think they're on different levels. But she was out there. I don't know. I don't know her history like that. I just know what people have told me and things I've seen. Right. I think the only live I've actually watched is my dad is on a cruise. You know, like that's a video I've definitely watched. So all right. Well, I gotta go because the contractor should be here soon. So thank you for joining me again. I do hope that Jason gets a chance to go over some of the legalities of things. I just don't feel like I personally am a good enough source of knowledge and understanding. So that's the reason why I don't speak to that part. All right. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Bye, guys.